What's up, guys? Feed you information here. So this is going to be stock market news update, Saturday, September 28th, 2019. The five companies we have today are Target, Snapchat, IBM, Constellation Brands, and Johnson&Johnson. So let's go ahead and get started. Target. So Target struts its stuff as its defensive moves against Amazon pay off. Target is having a good year, so much that it plans to buy back $5 billion more in shares starting sometime in 2020. The national retailer isn't doing it because the stock is cheap. It's more of a victory lap for a company that was once written off when e-commerce giant Amazon changed the way the world shops. So it does go on to say how the chief executive, like quote unquote, said it was a significant success and all that. But let's go ahead and just look at the actual numbers. So as a result, let's skip that part too. For its second quarter, Target reported same-store sales growth of 3.4%, driven by a 2.4% uptick in traffic. Target said same-store sales have grown 10% over the past 2 years, which is actually the strongest performance in more than a decade. The growth coincides with an overhaul of Target's physical stores. Target is spending hundreds of millions of dollars to redesign them to make shopping easier. The goal is to have 1,000 stores around the country redesigned by the end of 2020. Its e-commerce business has also been on the upswing, thanks in large part to new digital services like same-day delivery and curbside pickup for online orders. In the second quarter, digital channel sales growth was 34%, while same-day fulfillment services accounted for nearly 1.5 percentage points of its overall comparable sales growth. The digital business also benefited from Target's nationwide network of stores, which it uses as shipment hubs for online orders, saving money on warehouses. Well, see, that's pretty cool. As of the first 3 months of the year, Target said its stores handled more than 80% of its digital volume. Sorry, I was kind of like muttering some of those words. I always decide to do this like so late at night. I don't know why I'm scrolling up. Let me just move on to the next article. Anyway, Snapchat extends length of video ads from 10 seconds to 3 minutes. So yeah, Snapchat is up next, like I already said, but just in case you guys are lost. Um, so yeah, this is almost going more towards how YouTube does it. If you don't click, then it'll just keep playing for like 80 seconds and then the next video comes on, or it'll just have you skip ad after like 10 seconds. Snapchat has substantially increased the maximum duration of video ads from 10 seconds to 3 minutes. The previous cap of 10 seconds has been in place since Snapchat first introduced video ads back in 2014. Advertisers used to work around the 10-second cap by encouraging users to swipe up on an ad to view a longer version. With the update, Snapchat announced at Advertising Week in New York, it's now possible to run longer ads without a clunky workaround. However, the new longer ads are just as skippable as shorter ads. Unlike the non-skippable Snap commercials, introduced last year, users can tap on the screen at any time during these longer videos to skip the ad, just like on YouTube. So hooking viewers in the first few seconds is still key. While longer skippable ads might sound counterintuitive for a platform like Snapchat, it at least brings the company's ad offerings more in line with competitors. It also worth noting that with the increased length of video ads, advertisers can now optimize their bids for views of at least 15 seconds in length. So yeah, I would say Snapchat's definitely going to get more profit or more revenue from doing this. I don't know if the expenses will still counterbalance that, but I guess we'll see. But shout out to Snapchat. You guys are trying to get that profit. So next up, guys, we have IBM. IBM brings blockchain to Red Hat OpenShift, adds Apache CouchDB for hybrid cloud customers. Okay, so you can already see by the title, I'm going to struggle with a couple of these words. So if I just bounce over them, I apologize. I'll at least read half of what the name is. IBM continued its Red Hat and open source integration work this week by adding Red Hat OpenShift support to its blockchain platform and bringing Kubernetes, that's the word right there that I'm just like, what? Operator for Apache CouchDB alongside its hybrid cloud services offering. Now, the ability to deploy IBM blockchain on Red Hat OpenShift, the company's flagship enterprise platform, means IBM blockchain developers will have the ability to deploy secure software either on premises, in public clouds, or in hybrid cloud architectures. Blockchain is a distribution database that maintains a continually growing list of records that can be verified using hashing techniques, and the IBM blockchain platform includes tools to build, operate, govern, and grow protected blockchain networks. I swear, guys, when blockchain finally does like come out as like a popular product, it's going to be insane. Anyways, though, if you guys do want to check out that article, feel free to keep reading. Um, it doesn't go on to say too much more in terms of Verity. It's just going deeper into what I already said. So, moving on to the next article, Constellation Brands. So, Constellation Brands now has 12 board members. As you guys can see right here, a leading, that's just describing the company. Today announced the election of Christy Clark, senior advisor at Bennett Jones LLP, and Jose Manuel Madero, honorary advisor of the Confiance National Council for the Promotion of Investment, Employment, and Economic Growth at the Office of the Chief of Staff of the President of Mexico, to serve as members of its board of directors effective September 24th, 2019. All it does from there is pretty much just describe who the people were and what they did, and a little bit more about the company itself. So not too much there. I'm sorry that I don't have the best news stories today, guys. I was really going through I felt like 80 different companies, and aside from just like directly stock movement news or upgrades, there wasn't really too much today. So moving on, though, we have Johnson&Johnson. This is the best one. So if you lasted this long, thank you, because I like this one the best out of all five today. The Johnson&Johnson Institute said that training surgeons using Oculus virtual reality headsets is paying off in big ways, and it hopes that such training will be available worldwide to all surgeons in the future. Sandra Hummels, the Vice President of Global Education Solutions at the Johnson&Johnson Institute, talked about the effective results of VR training during the keynote today at the Oculus Connect 6 event in San Jose, California. Oso VR is the VR business partner that is making the training today. That is making the training happen. Sorry. So she said that virtual reality gives surgeons the capability to practice procedures, and an independent study by the Imperial College London showed that 83% of surgeons who trained with VR could then go into the lab environment with minimal guidance. In comparison with such training with traditional methods, the percentage was zero. So Johnson&Johnson is scaling up the effort. We want to make VR training available to every surgeon in the world, Humble said. So anyways, guys, that is it. Those are the 5 articles. I know this video was probably shorter today because there wasn't really any long, good articles that I found interesting and that were really worth noting. It was mainly just these 5 that stood out to me. So thank you guys so much for watching. As always, make sure to throw that like button and, of course, subscribe if you haven't already. I'd really appreciate it. And hopefully we got some better news stories tomorrow. I think I'm going to start looking at companies that I haven't so much heard of. That way I have something else to talk about other than the mainstream companies. And then maybe every other week, I'll start going back to mainstream companies. So like 1 week, random companies, the other week, mainstream. Something like that. Let me know what you guys think. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Feed You Information, out.